What if I told you that you can square every number in a list using just one line of code? Let's see how Python makes this possible. Hello everyone, welcome back to our Python functions series. In today's video, we learn how to use Lambda functions with map through practical examples. So let's get started. What is map function? Map is a built-in Python function. It applies the same function to every item in an iterable, such as a list or tuple. Instead of writing a loop to process each value one by one, map can do it for us. Let's understand each part of map function syntax. The first argument is the function that should be applied. This can be a normal function or a lambda function. The second argument is the iterable such as a list or tuple. Map applies the function to every element of the iterable. Let's take one example using normal function. Let's understand this program line by line. In the first two lines, we create a normal function named square. It receives one argument named x. Then it returns the square of that number. Next, numbers equals to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 creates a list containing 5 numbers. Now look at this important line. Result is equal to map square, comma, numbers. Here map calls the square function for every element of the list. So internally, Python performs these operations. Square of 1, square of 2, square of 3, square of 4, square of 5. The return values are stored in the map object in Python 3. So we use list function to display the results. Finally, this statement converts the map object into a list so we can see the output. Let's move to another example using lambda function. This program gives exactly the same output, but this time we didn't create a separate function. Instead, we wrote the lambda function directly inside map. Let's understand this line carefully. First comes map. Inside it, lambda x colon x into x is the function. X receives one number at a time from the list. The expression x into x calculates its square. The second argument, numbers, is the list on which the function will be applied. Python automatically repeats this process for every element in the list. Finally, this statement converts the map object into a list and displays the result. Why do we prefer lambda with map? If the function is very small and used only once, there is no need to create a separate function using def. Using a lambda function makes the code shorter and cleaner. So far, we have learned how to use lambda functions with map. Now let's learn another useful built-in function called filter. What is filter function? Filter is a built-in Python function that selects only those elements that satisfy a given condition. Unlike map, which processes every element and returns a transformed value, filter keeps only the elements for which the condition evaluates to true. Let's understand the syntax. The first argument is the function that checks a condition. This can be a normal function or a lambda function. The second argument is the iterable such as a list or tuple. For every element in the iterable, the function returns either true or false. If it returns true, the element is kept. If it returns false, the element is discarded. Let's take one example. Let's understand this program line by line. In the first line, we created a list containing 6 numbers. Now look carefully at this line. Filter processes one element at a time. The lambda function receives each element in the variable x. This expression checks whether the number is divisible by 2. If the answer is true, the number is included in the result. If the answer is false, Python skips that number. The variable result stores a filter object, not a list. Finally, this statement converts the filter object into a list so that we can display the output. Therefore, only 2, 4, and 6 are printed. Let's understand the difference between map and filter. Map applies a function to every element and returns the transformed values. Filter checks a condition and returns only the matching elements. Now let's learn the third built-in function, sorted. Sorted is used to arrange elements in ascending or descending order. When we combine it with lambda function, we can decide how the sorting should be done. Let's take one example. Let's understand this program carefully. The variable students stores a list of tuples. Each tuple contains a student's name and marks. Now look at this line. Sorted sorts the list. The parameter key tells Python which values should be used for comparison. The lambda function receives one tuple at a time. For example, Rahul 85 is stored in X. Then x of 1 selects the second element of the tuple, which is the student's marks. Python compares the marks of all students and arranges the tuples in ascending order. The sorted list is stored in the variable result. Finally, print result prints the sorted list. Remember one important difference. Sorted does not change the original list. It creates and returns a new sorted list. If you want to sort the original list itself, you should use the sort method. So, map modifies every element, filter selects only the matching elements, sorted arranges the elements. So that's all for today's video. Today, we learned how to use Lambda functions with map, filter, and sorted through practical examples. We also understood what each function does and how every important line of code works. I hope these concepts are now much clearer to you. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and press the bell icon so you never miss a new lesson in this Python series. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Happy coding!